Hey you, so on this video, is buying silver now a bad idea? I'm just going to be answering a few questions that I've recently had from new stackers coming into the game on whether purchasing silver right now in the current minute pump in spot price is a good or a bad idea. So before we start this one, I want to mention and say, if you haven't done so already and you like what you hear, please do go ahead and subscribe. And also I'm going to be putting out free answers / questions that I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments to what your replies would be to that. So I'll highlight them as I mention them, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, whether they're aligned with mine, totally opposite, or whatever that may be. When we touching on silver today, just got another little war chest here on display. So first off, answering the question, is buying silver now a bad idea? The first question I'd put out there is, will current price keep rising? Will the current price, spot price on silver, or spot price in general, keep on rising? So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that in the comments. Answering that now myself, I would say it's one of those questions I personally think is very hard to pinpoint and give an answer to, because we don't know what's currently making the spot price rise and tank. Well, we do know once it's happened, but it's hard to call it. So if I was going to give it off of just my hunch from how long I've been here and just seeing how things really sway and play out, I would say the next, as time of releasing this video, the next 3 months are going to be very interesting. They always are interesting times when it comes to metals or a few markets, the tail end of the year. So we're down near mid-August at the moment. UK wise, we've got Brexit, looking at what's going to happen there, whether we exit with the no deal and the likes of, and a lot more going on economy wise globally. So I would say, looking at it here, will it keep rising? And now we're talking a big spike. I've had people already asking me, how do I like these apples from the last video with this minute spike that we've currently had. But I would say what we currently have now, and looking at what spot's doing, I would say spot's currently rocking back and forwards. It seems to have stopped here. Yes, gold's looking very good in a lot of currencies, and silver is looking pretty decent. I mean, the last time I saw anything similar or close to this was a Brexit time, when we announced when Brexit went through. So we could see, maybe we're talking pounds here, a jump back into the 15s. We're damn near touching there. Looking at what spot price currently is, where are we at spot price now? Around £14, give or take 30, so $17 and some change. So answering the question, will it keep rising from here? My own personal thoughts and opinions here is, I think we could touch the £15 area spot price, give or take. So we're looking at around $18, and then that's it for the year. That's my own personal thoughts and opinions. So on whether to be purchasing now, whether it's a bad idea, I see the spot price going up another pound from here, another dollar from here. So take that into consideration. I'll give a final wrap up at the end, also on my overall thoughts and opinions. So I think we can go up, but not massively from here. I don't think now is the time, on personal thoughts and opinions. So the next question I want to put out there and also give the answer to is, if we're not going to be going up, if spot price does pull back or tank, what do you think the price will be from here? So if spot was to take a massive dump now, so first, let's say, look, time of releasing this video, spot price 3 months ago, we're working on that scale, was give or take around the £11 area, 11.20, so $14.50. So I'd say 11.50, £11.50 sterling and $14.50. Looking at where it is now, it's looking pretty healthy. Give or take £3 up from where we was 3 months ago. If it was to tank from here, so I'm putting the question out, is it a bad idea? I.e. buy in now and it tanks, you'll be down a couple of pounds or dollars. If it was to tank from here, what I would personally like to see is the same spot price that I saw when I first started stacking. That was in the £9 area. I know the dollar was a lot stronger then at the time, but we could just give or take, say, $12. I've always said I wanted to see that again, because I haven't seen it since I've been stacking. We was lingering around the £10 area not long ago now. I think it's less than 18 months or less than that. We was around that area, but if we tanked, I think personally we would go back to where we was, give or take 3 months ago, or even the beginning of the year. So we're looking at about just the £10 area, the £11 area. So roughly about where we are now, the $13 area. Taking that into account, if you was to buy now, is that going to make a massive dent in your wallet? You know, the fact that you've purchased now and it's tanked back down, if it did, and this is this side of the year, and it went back down to the £10 area, $13 area, is that going to be a massive hit? As I said, I'll give a wrap up at the moment, but with that, I don't think it's that bad personally. But then it's all depends on the type of stackers that I'm really addressing, or this applies to really. So if it was to tank from here, I think we'll be seeing the same levels we saw around the beginning of the year. So as mentioned, the £10 area, the $13 area, around there. You know, at current price, it's bad. You know, you can pick up an ounce of silver UK around £17–18 right now. Europe, give or take £15. You know, in America, I know an ounce of silver you can damn near get for $18, depending on, this is government I'm mainly referring to here. So yeah, it's fantastic, but I don't think it's the you know, the ultimate end game. I think on a bare minimum, taking this into account, we would see double the spot price we're seeing right now. So of course, give or take, the big question is when. That's a question we all have an answer to. But I think on the bare minimum, we would see double of what we have right now in terms of gold even, and in terms of silver. So if you take that into account and then look at the prices you're paying now, I don't see them as, you know, pump the brakes, do not buy, do not buy. But then if you're a new stacker, I would say that more so applies to you. If you're somebody that's been in the game for a little while and you've got some wares to you and you know the tricks of the trade, i.e. a point I'll be getting to later on in the video, then, you know, you may want to pump the brakes a little and go from there. But that's what I currently believe. When is the key question. 10 years has been put out there, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. The spot price will a bare minimum double from exactly where we are right now. So I can't see it tanking to a level, well, I personally believe a level we was at the beginning of the year, that's going to be anything brutal if you're picking up right now. So that's where I currently am in terms of, if it pulls back, I see it prices. I don't see us going below. But once again, it can 1000% happen. It's more than likely to happen now I've said it. But, you know, anything lower would be extremely attractive for me, especially for gold. You know, because I done a lot of loading up in the silver area and we haven't seen lower, which is good or bad. Many have said we're going to be seeing these single digits, whether we're talking pounds or sterling. Now that would be something I would love to see that myself personally, because I'd be extremely bullish. I'd be very aggressively picking up. And I know a lot of pieces from collector pieces and even weight that I would love to go backtrack and really lock in on. So we've mentioned, I don't see it as a bad thing if you was purchasing right now, because I think if we did see a pullback or a tank in spot price, it wouldn't be absolutely massive. And taking into account that we could be seeing bare minimum double, you know, it's what's a couple of pounds or dollars going to do from here. So next, I would say the next question is, I'd love to hear an answer for, is buying gold now a better option than buying silver? So with that, I would say it all depends really. You know, of course, the first thing to take into account is if you're buying gold over silver, the premiums. But then you'd take that into account, and I'd put this out there and say, if you're going to be selling in the next 2 years minimum, then you may want to consider buying gold. Gold could be a better buy, but the only plus side to that is if you was buying right now and spot price dropped to where we previously was beginning of the year 2019, it wouldn't really affect anybody purchasing. But if you did need to sell, you'd take less of a hit because of the premiums on gold over silver. That's the only plus side I could see. Of course, if it's going to be dropping back low anytime soon, pounds or dollars, then buying now, especially silver, could be the worst bet, because once again, you're paying a higher premium. But ultimately, that only really affects you if you need to sell within the next 2 to 5 years. Otherwise, it's going to be business as usual, especially if you're dollar cost averaging. It's a perfect time to be buying, because it's not really going to make a difference. This up will, of course, affect the buying power or your purchasing power, but in the long run, it's all going to add up. You know, every ounce or every nickel makes a nickel. So that's not going to really put a massive dent in your road. But I would say only buy gold right now if this is something temporary you're getting into. When I say temporary, some people just come along and think it's a rush, you know, and got to get it now, 50,000, 10,000 tomorrow, got to get it now, got to get it now. If you're of that mindset and you don't want to admit to yourself, then purchasing now, in what I would say currently, personal thoughts and opinions here, is not a high spot price. Especially from what we've seen and especially for what's potentially to come, now isn't a massively high spot price. So if you want to pick up, or if you feel, or if every penny counts on you in a real tight, small budget, then you maybe want to look at gold. And I can only see the plus side to that in being, if you was considering to sell, maybe if you're not 100% sure, then that may be the better option. But that's the only reason I would advocate buying gold right now, especially if you're only spot watching. Thinking if it drops back down now, I don't want to be losing out, could have got more ounces or more bang for my buck. Then of course, picking up the gold right now may be the better option, because you may want to jump back out, you may be impulsive. But those are the top 3 main questions I wanted to put out there and get answers to, and also answer myself. But ultimately, wrapping this up, it all applies to what type of a stack you are. If you're brand new and just got into this, and now is the current spot price, and this is a few questions I've recently had, I would say, is buying silver right now a bad idea? I would say no, because if you've just started, it isn't ridiculous high. I myself would have no problems purchasing now. I've actually sold a high premium gold piece that I had, but I currently don't want to pump the funds in. So this would be a next answer that I'll put out there. I'm going to stack the funds, keep it in cash. Now that's a fantastic option for somebody that's in 2 minds right now. If you can, I'd say on a bare minimum, on a low budget, if you can afford to be paying £100 a month, $100 a month on your silver pickups, stack that. Stack the cash right now. So I would say 3 months, we've damn near got 4 months left. So 3 to 4 months of stacking your $100 or £100 up each end of the month is a good and fantastic option to do right now, because you can stand on the sidelines and maybe get a fantastic deal, or maybe just, you know, wipe your forehead and think you dodged a silver bullet and that price have dropped back down. So I think that would be the best approach. But answering the main question, I don't personally think it's a bad idea right now purchasing. If you're a new stacker, if you're a long time, lifelong stacker, everyone's holding back and pulling their punches and picking up at the right time. I'm personally not a dollar cost average type of person, pound cost average. So I don't have a set amount and purchase every time of the month and then, you know, calculating it lowers my ounce per count and the likes of. I have the funds when they're available and going for the kill and take it from there, or just look at the current market and think, I like the spot price, I'll act upon this now. I'm not exactly high on the spot price right now. There is a few pieces in silver I want to pick up weight wise, governmented, but I'm in no rush. As I mentioned, I recently sold a gold piece, so I'm in no rush. So I'll kick back and just wait and see how things play out from there. That's the comfortable position that I'm in. But I think those are some of the best approaches if you're going to be taking any right now. So ultimately, I would love to hear you guys' feedback on whether purchasing silver right now is a good or a bad idea. Do you think purchasing silver in general is a bad idea altogether, as some of the comments I've been hearing as of recent? And just regarding, you know, catching up on things, guys, it's just that time of the year once again. Not to forget, I have a newborn, so, you know, if many of your favorite stackers have babies now, you'd be hearing a lot less from them. Something had to give. And, you know, we got GCSE results coming in and a lot piling up with the kids' holidays. So I think just my schedule had to give, and just getting back to people via comments and the likes of. But I think it was a small sacrifice to pay. But I am staying on top of things. I am deleting comments on certain videos. You know, I'm definitely still here in the game, guys. You just got to bear with me as I juggle being a dad plus working on the side. But hate or love it, guys. It'd be fantastic to know your thoughts and opinions on this video. And definitely know what let me know what you think. And once again, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.